Well, g'day. We're following the story of God's Christmas plan, the story of salvation. We're looking for a saviour. And we've asked the question, God made promises to Abraham, was it him? But no, it wasn't his son Isaac or his son Jacob or any of the 10 children of him, although we did notice that God's king would come from the line of Judah. Well, I'm going to illustrate as we go along here. I'll just rub out my picture. And I'll keep drawing. But I'll cut the video to save you the time. And so finally, after hundreds of years, we meet in Exodus the Israelites again. But now they're a mighty nation. That promise has come true. But the complication is that Pharaoh of the Egyptians has put them in slavery. He is worried about them. He doesn't remember the forefathers. And so now he started again, and they are slaves. And this nation of God's people is far from their land, all those promises that they had. And so God raises up a saviour. A man, chapter 2, verse 1 of Exodus, from the tribe of Levi, married a Levite woman who became pregnant and gave birth to a son. This son is Moses. I'm sure you've heard of him. One of the greatest figures of the Old Testament. Moses grew up to lead under God the Israelites out of slavery and to the promised land. It seems very promising that God has raised a saviour. Except for those who have been following, we don't expect the saviour to come from the tribe of the Levites, like Moses. Moses has a different purpose. As Moses leads the Israelites to the promised land, God gives him 10 commandments and laws to live. See, God saved his people out of slavery, and this is the great story of Israel, saved them from slavery and set them into the promised land as his people. And then he gave the commandments, the 10 commandments and the laws, so that they might know how to live in the land. This is promising. Is Moses the saviour? Would the commandments help them to live rightly before God? Would the problem of sin be gone? Well, that is the question. What do you think? Could you be given enough rules and keep them so that you could be perfect before God?